evening, everybody. I'm calling this meeting to order. It is 6:36 p.m. Excuse me. Excuse me. Dr. Roach, please do the roll call.
Sure. Mr. Ambarenson?
Here.
Mr. Farugi?
Yes.
Ms. Francois?
Here.
Mr. Schmidt?
Here.
And Chairwoman Ford.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. In accordance with the provisions of Chapter 231, New Jersey Public Laws of 1975, the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by giving of notice to the Courier News, posting the agenda in the public lobby of this building 48 hours prior to this meeting, delivery of this notice to the Franklin Township Clerk at least 48 hours prior to this meeting, and mailing notice to those persons properly requesting to be mailed notification of meetings at least 48 hours prior to this meeting. Okay. Is there a motion to open the meeting for public comments?
Motion.
That's Commissioner Ambarenson.
Yes.
Please, when you,
Second, Francois.
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Motion's carried. Seeing that there is no one here from the public, is there a motion to close the meeting for public comments?
So move, Francois.
Move. Second.
Second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion's carried. Okay. Regarding the minutes, has everyone had a chance to review the minutes? Okay. Are there any questions, any corrections, or anything regarding the minutes? Okay. Then is there a motion to, okay. Is there a motion to accept the minutes as is?
Motion to accept the minutes, September 3rd.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion's carried. Executive Director, please present your reports.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I'll present both of my reports in a row as normal. For the monthly executive project summary and status of professionals, our legal service included Commerce Drive, Weston Canal Pump Station, the Shirley Avenue project, our rules, rates, and regulations, private developers, private real estate holdings, private collection system, meetings, resolutions, bankruptcies, and general legal support. I'm proud to announce the great job our administrative manager has done with the finance program, our platform. Dr. Roach headed up this meeting, this project. It's first of a kind, not only for the authority, but also for Dr. Roach. As a reminder, we had phase one of the Edmonds onboarding, and that handled our finance. And all the applicable staff training was successfully completed by September 19th. The final data was pulled over to the new system from the old system on September 26th. And the staff will be actively inputting the data on October 1st into the Edmonds system. Phase two is our utility billing. This would include the training, and those dates are tentatively planned for sometime in October. I'm sorry. Please call me back. please call me back. That's my surgery center calling me for Friday. I hope they heard me. Anyway, Edmonds Phase 2, the utility billing. The training dates are tentatively planned for sometime in October, and the utility billing go live date will be determined based upon the training outcomes that I just mentioned. April, since you're handling that project, did I basically cover all the pertinent points?
Covered very well. Thank you, Joe.
And thank you for doing a superior job on that project.
Thank you for the opportunity. I do appreciate it.
The High Bay Garage project was being managed by our engineers, CDM. We did have a product warranty with the High Bay Garage. That warranty is from the manufacturer. Howard Matson from CDM was uncomfortable with some of the wording. He and the attorney have been going back and forth in manufacturing, and they did get an amendment to the warranty that is acceptable to all parties. Unfortunately, our modeling for the 100-year floodplain and that zone corridor area, we couldn't get it to where we wanted to. It's being reported by our engineer that we're going to need to do a little bit more work, and then in the end, we're going to have to submit a waiver to that designated area because our building is within it. We don't expect that to be too painful, but it's more than we expected that we would have to do when we started the project. The Somerset Street Pump Station Rehabilitation Project, that's also a CDM project. The contractor, which is Sovereign Consulting, they are about to begin the work very soon. A couple of unique changes coming up will include lowering the elevation of the pumps and raising the tops of the manhole from the original design. But everything else is as expected, and that project will begin very shortly. The cousin or the sister project to that is the Brookline Avenue Rehabilitation Project. That's being managed by CME. The vendor is National Water Main. That is going without any bumps in the road, and we do expect that work to begin in 6 days from now, which would be October 7th. The next steps will be to review the shop drawings they're sending in. They have been received, and they are currently being reviewed. The Weston Canal Pump Station rebuild project. We are still, through the engineer, are still working on the draft license agreement or the draft access license agreement for us to basically use the DEP portion of the land that they own. It is being reported to us that license agreement is under review by the DEP leadership. They've reported that a couple of times since we've checked in with them, but that's where we are. If it's still the status, if the status hasn't changed by next month, I'll get involved and see if I can't rattle some of their cages over there. The other update on this project is the engineer did hold a meeting with PSC&G again. That meeting was held on September 11th. All are in agreement that really until either PSC&G gets the sale process started with DEP, or we get the license access agreement moving, this project basically is a complete hold. We can't really go forward with it at all. So more to come hopefully by next month. Commerce Drive Pump Station Rehabilitation Project being managed by CME. The contractor did pick up the bid documents. They are to be reviewed and returned by the contractor, which is Sovereign Consulting, by October 8th. And then once we receive them back, we'll fully execute it and share that that executed document with everybody. The next steps are to work with NJDEP on the project, and also then have a pre-construction meeting with the contractor. So Shirley Avenue Pump Station, it's kind of on hold for two reasons. One reason is a third option came in that's kind of expensive, and I would like to go over this with Commissioner Faruqi to have another set of professional eyes on it. However, being that I will be on disability, I may ask CME to do that in my stead, along with Scott. If Commissioner Faruqi would like to participate and conduct a review of this other option, I think it would be an excellent value for us all. The other
I will definitely do this.
Excellent. Thank you, Commissioner Faruqi. I'm just not comfortable going forward without a third set of independent eyes on the options. You would be bringing a great value to the table. The other reason why I kind of put a hold on this was I did speak to the landowner. I discussed the appraisal with him. And though he's very cooperative, he was shocked of how low the appraisal amount came in. So I would like to discuss that conversation with the board in an executive session. We're not talking about a lot of money, really, but we're talking maybe we're 10–15% off the expectations of the landowner. So, but it calls for a discussion in an executive session, and we're not there yet. Not until we got time, because Commissioner Faruqi is going to look at the project with the engineer and our staff. So just know probably next meeting, I'm going to ask for executive session to discuss that project. I highlighted a new project at the bottom of my report, the private systems repairs. I did that because that's going to be, I'm going to put in this project that titled private system repairs, because of the damage that we found and that we kind of discussed last meeting. So we have manholes at the end of South Middlebush Road that have demonstrated damage and deterioration. And we believe that we have substantiated the reason why is because of the private system upstream and its lack of maintenance, or its level of maintenance has caused this damage. So there's a chance that we will be doing the repairs or handling repairs. I don't know. There's a chance that the upstream private developer will be paying for all or some of it. In any case, I'm just using the project that I've listed on here titled Private System Repairs to to be this project, should we be personally involved in that project of repairing those manholes and any of those lines. And so I put in there the one and only bullet point, South Middlebush Road manholes and lines. So again, it's more of a holding place right now, but that's it. Under general engineering, New Brunswick agreement, happy to report the Harrison Towers, if you recall, I elected to do a flow study on Harrison Towers. The reason why is I wanted to see if we can create a correlation, or at least a proportional relationship, of sewer flow coming out of Harrison Towers relative and compared to the water usage during that same time. That's relevant because the Harrison Towers is the big single contributor to sewage that happens to go to New Brunswick, and we wanted to know that relationship. So the study was done a couple of months ago. And the vendor who did the study has provided the data to us. And now that data is in the hands of our engineer, and that data is being studied by them. So we have no conclusion right now, but I wanted to share that with the board. So that concludes my summary status of professional reports and projects. If there are no questions or comments, I'll move on to my executive director's report. Chairwoman, are you okay with me moving on?
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right. Okay, under revenue for as of September 30th, 2024, we received in checks $553,810.66, which is about average for the month of September. Year-to-date collected was $4,141,276.27. We still maintain an open balance due of non-metered billing of $3,754,494.40. The penalties generated for the month of September was $14,985.98, which falls right into the average category. Under expenses, as of August 31st, the expenditures for the month was $386,178.67, and year-to-date expenses is $3,129,357.38. We've spent 7.65% of our budget, and we are already through the 25% of the calendar. Our cash position as of August 31st, under unrestricted, we have $2,874,896.69. Under restricted, we have $12,959,363.28. Under designated, we have $4,667,429.69. That gives us a total net cash position of $20,501,689.66. The notable areas of discussion tonight will begin with audit. For 2024, the JIF completed its annual payroll audit. No remarks submitted to us, which is good. And we are addressing the final requests from our general financial audit relative to the fiscal year ending May 31st, 2024. When those our responses to the final requests are reviewed and finalized, the auditor will finalize the fiscal year audit and make a presentation to us either in November or December, I believe, at the latest. Under bonding, we were asked by the Bank of New York a small survey / audit going back 20-something years for me to have completed a survey on all of our bond notes going all the way back to our 01 note. Just to give you a point of reference, we're in bond note number 11 now, and they asked me to survey going all the way back to, I think, 2002, but that's all completed. On the Open Public Records Act and the Open Public Meetings Act initiatives, like I reported last month, we're making big changes here to not only adopt the GRC form and modify our website, but our website is going to have a lot of more documents accessible to the public that we're uploading through multiple different platforms. We're not only going to put some documents up on our website, but also on our website, we're going to have links directly to other document holding platforms. Every category we can think of that would grasp a document category will be up on the website. If we could think of a category, that's where we're going to put it. So everything will be meaningful and accessible 24/7 by the whole world, including meeting videos, vouchers, minutes, basically 99% of the commonly asked for documents. Meeting agendas, meeting minutes, attendance, discussions, all our reports, everything. Bid documents. Okay, as reported last month, I am re-reviewing our volunteer firefighter policy. I still have not finalized that. Under Franklin Municipality, if I can ask the two council people, I sent an email. I probably will get a response, but I'm still waiting for the township to finalize the Harrison Towers water meter issue. As we recall, Harrison Towers, I think their water meter is the original from 1969. And they're supposed to put a new one in. And I'm looking for an update again on that. So if you see Bob, can you ask him for the update?
I'll follow up. I think we might have a public works meeting next Tuesday, so I can bring it up at that time.
Okay. And
If you don't get a response before then.
Okay, thank you. Just for reference, we have an in-place enforceable agreement with New Brunswick that is solid, but however, that agreement took into account the water usage of Harrison Towers, and the water usage is was one of the factors they used to bill us. After we executed that agreement, they found out that Harrison Towers water meter has never been updated, and it's 50 years old. And if you know water meters, as they get older, they get less accurate, and they freaked out. Now they want a whole new agreement. We knew 3 years ago. We were told 3 years ago that the water meter will be replaced or calibrated. Neither has been done so far. Nothing new on the solar initiative, though I kept it highlighted. I'm excited about the solar project to bring solar panels to the authority and start moving over some, where appropriate, vehicles or equipment over to solar or electric where it's possible. A lot of work's going into the rules, rates, and regulations, not only updating the developers agreement, the labor rates and the vehicle rates, but also addressing the private collection systems, like I discussed earlier, from the condos and apartments. That's all being updated so we don't continue to be victimized by bad actors. And I really appreciate the work that Scott has put into it. A lot of insight from Scott, the attorney, and our engineer. It's a work in progress that I'm already proud of. Under traffic safety, so with these projects, when we update and rehabilitate a collection system, we have to either shut down the road or partially shut down the road. I met with the police several times, so that the staff, we're looking to not only, especially the Brookline project, not only have police on either end of the project, but where there's 1, 2, 3, or really 2, 3, 4 streets being involved on the same day, I actually approach the police of having one extra car that can move around among the different streets instead of the cars just being stationary for the whole time. there's a value of having one car being able to go wherever they want. Lately, I've been paying close attention to road jobs throughout our township, and I'm noticing more and more police cars from out of town and the sheriff's department. That indicates to me that the police can't staff all the outside road jobs. So then I said, well, then that takes the value away from having a mobile police car that would be like the supervisor of the other Franklin, you know, if it's an out of towner, it's not as valuable because a roving car can not only handle the traffic, but they could handle this safety, security, and actually do police work if needed. But an outside traffic police officer can't. So I asked the police to look into it, report back to me about their staffing. So more to come as needed. The last 2 months, actually, but certainly the last month has been very quiet for internal engineering. Again, we've had 1 or 0 connections. I think I had a little confusing data being presented to me, but basically 0 connections for the month of September. Jumping down to the New Brunswick, again, Harrison Towers water meter, that's really big to us. We got to resolve that water meter. Cannot overstress that. I will note that New Brunswick presented us with a flow metering technology that was extremely expensive, possibly over $60,000. I thought that was preposterous. We then replied back that they should consider using our vendor with known technology that we've used plenty of times in the past. We made a presentation to them, and the last I read that New Brunswick is amenable to using ours at maybe half or 1/3 the cost. So in the end, New Brunswick, I mean, it's not unfair of them to say, hey, guys, we don't want to do flat rate. We don't want to do based upon the water. We want you to meter the actual flow, and we're going to go based upon the metering. It's not unfair, and it may cost us some money. I mean, certainly if it was my sewer system, that's the way I would go if I was New Brunswick. I will report that Somerset County, Colleen Marr, I saw her last week at an event. She asked me verbally for an update of where we are with our project relative to the county grants of the federal money that they're going to give us. She knew this must be, on a front burner because she knew that we did not send in any vouchers to get paid. So I gave her an update on our project. So I look forward to getting their money. All projects are moving forward as expected. There are no hiccups, no bumps in the road, no real permanent obstacles. I'm happy to report. I mean, there are hiccups, but everything's going very good. The only thing that's not fully in the green, again, is the high bay garage, which that project is basically complete. We just now have to ask for, the project's complete. We now have to ask for approval for the project. I just think that's funny. The standard resolutions for the month. All payroll, operating expense, general fund, renewal and replacement, and escrow are in front of you under consent, under the consent agenda. There is no North Track resolution. Under additional resolutions, we have 5. The first one is a supplemental resolution to authorize the issuance of a not to exceed $2 million project notes for the FTSA. So just to let you know, our ability to borrow money is based upon our own it begins with our own resolutions authorizing ourselves to borrow money, and there's a limit to that. So that limit has been reached, and the Bank of New York noted that, and they provided us a supplemental resolution for us to vote on so we can increase our borrowing limit to for another $2 million so we can bond for the Commerce Drive pump station. The next resolution authorizes the change of title. We are getting rid of the title that was receptionist. I did not like the title at all. It was inappropriate, and nor did it match the job function of the person in the front office. So we're changing the title from receptionist to administrative support specialist. That being said, the next resolution is now authorizing the hiring of Isis Cologne to the position of administrative support specialist. The next resolution is a simple one. We've done many of them in the past. That's the removal of account 00305.00 from our system. The final resolution is regarding the state health benefits. The state health benefits plan had made some changes, and we have to either go along with those changes, or we have to decide not to make any changes. And that's what that resolution is doing. Chairwoman, that concludes my executive director's report. Oh,
Thank you.
Only under staffing, I will note that, again, as I reported, I have surgery this Friday. So I will be going out the first week, sick days, and then I'll be considered on disability thereafter. And our disability insurance policy will cover the expense of my absence. But I fully intend to be accessible by the phone, by email, by text, signing paperwork, and doing a lot of the functions even while I'm out of the office. And at some point, I'll be coming to the office just more and more often at some point, as long as I could keep my leg elevated. So they tell me.
So you're not planning to have a delegate at all, even for a couple days?
I am. I have two managers that are delegated responsibility.
Okay.
Good luck on the surgery. Keep us posted how it goes.
Okay. I absolutely will. I intend to communicate with the chairwoman, giving her updates as well.
Thank you very much.
We just want you to get some rest and have a speedy recovery. We don't want you working if you don't have to, So that's why I asked the question, just in case something goes wrong. You need to have somebody that you delegate to,
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you, Councilwoman Francois, for your concern. No, but business continuity is big
Yeah, it
for
is.
every
It is.
organization.
You never know. Anything can happen. God forbid.
God forbid. Listen, if you're going to have a prayer, this is what I tell people. Don't pray for me. Pray that the doctor has a really good day at work on Friday. Pray that the doctor's spouse doesn't annoy them Thursday or Thursday night. Pray that the doctor is really happy driving home on Friday.
That's long prayer.
I think you're praying for too high a goal there.
Joe, it's the anesthesiologist
especially
you
the
have to
second
pray for
part.
the most.
Oh, that's right. Anesthesiologist. That's right. They're
That's
giving me an epidural, a nerve blocker into my thigh, the fentanyl through oral pills. I mean, they got you locked down. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Godspeed to you. Okay.
Thank you, Chairwoman. It's very nice of you.
Yeah, we'll be praying for you, Joe.
Thank
Let's
you.
move on to committee reports. Negotiations Personnel Committee.
Nothing to
Are there
report.
anything? Is
Madam
there
Chair.
anything to report?
Nothing to report, Madam Chair.
Okay. What about the municipal liaison?
Nothing
Commissioner
to
Francois?
report.
Nothing? What about the construction committee? Commissioner Faruqi?
Not really anything with me.
But with the exception of the Shirley Avenue pump station, you're going to be elbows deep in that soon.
Okay. Safety Committee? So, I
Yes, Madam
understand. Go ahead.
Go ahead. So, Madam Chair, we had no accidents or injuries for the month, but I would like to report we did have a JIF inspection from our risk control management team at the JIF. We were assigned a new inspector due to switch in territory. The gentleman was very, very impressed. He used to work for Passaic Valley Water Commission, and he was very impressed with our overall operation. Everything went well.
Glad to hear it. Thank you. We're going to move on to the resolutions now. With regard to the consent agenda, the approval of the resolutions will be done by consent agenda. All the items listed below are considered to be of a routine nature, thereby requiring one motion and 1 second for all items. And if any member wishes to remove an item from the consent agenda, please advise me at this time which resolutions need to be handled separately, and they will be addressed and voted on separately. Resolution number 1 is the payroll account, $169,307.55. Resolution number 2 is the operating expense account, $221,342.19. Resolution number 3 is the general fund account, $39,480. Resolution number 4 is the renewal and replacement account, $17,834. Resolution number 5 is the escrow fund account, $14,183.75. Is there a motion to approve these resolutions?
So moved.
And who made that motion?
Ram. Commissioner
Okay,
Ram.
yes. Commissioner
I second.
Barron, is there a second?
Yes.
Is that Commissioner Faruqi?
Yeah, this is Faruqi. I second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Resolution is approved. With regard to the additional resolutions, there's going to be a motion for each one. Resolution number 6, the supplemental resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $2 million project notes of the Township of Franklin Sewerage Authority. Is there a motion to approve that resolution?
Motion. Ram.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution number 7, resolution authorizing a change in position title from receptionist, administrative assistant to administrative support specialist. Is there a motion to approve that resolution?
To approve.
I'm sorry, did someone say something?
Yeah, I said motion to approve.
Okay. Is there a second?
I second.
Second, Francois.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution number 8, resolution authorizing the hiring of Isis Cologne to the position of administrative support specialist. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved, Francois.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution number 9, resolution authorizing the removal of account number 00305.00 from billing due to the property being capped. Is there a motion to adopt this resolution?
Motion to adopt.
Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Resolution is adopted. Resolution number 10, resolution regarding the state health benefits program. Is there a motion to adopt this resolution?
Motion to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second, Ram.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution is adopted. And with that, Executive Director, is there a need to go into the executive session?
I'm unaware of a need for executive session.
Nothing, nothing from me, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Okay, in that case, is there a motion to, close the meeting, to adjourn?
So moved, Ram.
Second.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Second.
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.